Merrimack head coach Joe Gallo following a Friday night loss to Mount St. Mary's at home. Coach, could we just start with the opening statement on your team's performance here tonight?
Tale of two halves. They came out and give those guys credit. They took it to us in every aspect of the way. They attacked us on both ends, made it tough for us to score. They were playing offense with a lot of confidence. Multiple guys taking and making threes. And we just, dug ourselves a huge hole because of a lack of urgency to me, right? And then I think second half looked more like a Merrimack team and, got it down to a one-possession game, had some really good looks that did not fall. But to give them credit, they closed it out and got the win.
Open it up to questions.
What was the message to the team at halftime? Because obviously some adjustments were made, and I know they were just knocking down everything in the first half too, so it helps when they start missing a little bit. But what was the message from you to the team?
Yeah, I think it was, sometimes we don't even look at the makes as much as the attempts. And it's kind of we end up having good three-point percentage defense because we get you to take some tough ones late clock, but a lot of times that attempt number is down, and they took 13 in the first half and made 7 of them, and then they took 4 in the second half. One being that last one that was huge with about a minute 30 to go. So they went 19 minutes only attempting 3 threes. So the message was just, what was written on the board at the beginning of the game. To defend the 3, they have multiple guys that can take and make them. Let's keep that attempt number down. Hopefully we don't, we can keep them off the glass a bit and, kind of go from there. But the 3-point, I know they went in, but they got really good looks in the first half.
You guys shot about 26% in the first half. What were they doing to give you guys tough looks?
They're good defensively. They have some team length. They can switch. They, can keep you in front. They did a good job icing ball screens. It bothered us a bit, and they got their hands on some of our passes. They have, Bud on his best night, I wouldn't say this, but on a night like tonight, they had multiple guys that could keep him in front and basically bother him a little bit. So, give them credit. They had a good plan. They attacked us right from the start. I could hear it, pregame. I was sitting there and they were hooping and hollering, and sometimes some of that stuff's a little bit phony, but with them it wasn't. They came out with the exact energy that I heard them screaming and yelling in their locker room before the game.
Coach, to that point, just to carry on, it's hard when a team comes on the road and to play with a higher level of energy. I thought at least in the first 20 was evident. It was 1 through 25 with their group, right? I mean, it was everybody over there was so. I mean, we talked about it. Felt like it was a conference championship game. That was the energy with which they were competing. Did you challenge your group to match or surpass? Because obviously some of that is the score being flipped a little bit in the run that you won in the second half, but your group was much better in the second half.
Yeah, I think what I told them after is we usually get to a point every year where the last thing I worry about when I wake up is how hard we're going to play. Right? And that's usually when we get really good, and I thought we were there. I might think I hope the ball goes in, but at this time of the year, the last thing I'm questioning is our urgency and how hard we play, and I hope that doesn't happen again. 4 or 5 weeks from now, you're in one and done situations, and if you come out and lay an egg like that, you're just done. So, hopefully we learn from it. It's the other thing is we're getting everybody's best shot. You go on the road and we're 8-1, and we're not just like that cute new team anymore that won a few games. There's a target. And I said that before the game. I said, but let's stop talking about we're getting everyone's best shot. Like, why don't everyone get our best shot? And I think if you get our best shot, I don't know if there's anybody that could beat us, but unfortunately we didn't give that tonight. But a lot of that had to do with how they came out and they took it from us.
How do you rebound, turn around, go down to Jersey, and find a way to win a game on Sunday now?
That's why you recruit awesome kids. Right? I don't have a worry in the world that when I walked out of that locker room, people were going in different directions. Sure, they said a couple words to each other. They hop in the shower. They'll eat some post-game meal, and, 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, they'll be back at it with, heads, they won't be happy, but there's not gonna be any riff from a loss. They'll bounce back, and when you're a good team, you gotta avoid losing 2 in a row.
Ty hit some big, meaningful shots when you guys are trying to come back. What does that do for young guys' confidence to not just hit shots, but like big, meaningful spots, like big spots, meaningful spots?
Yeah, he, and you could kind of see it in spurts. He's going to be the next really good one here. We see it every day. He made a 3 at St. Mary's with like under 4 to go, where he came in, and I think the whole gym, except for us, was surprised that he took it. So, his percentages don't show the player he is, because when you don't get a ton of attempts, sometimes those 0 for 2s and 1 for 3s add up. But he's a guy, once he's playing extended minutes and gets in a rhythm, he's going to be, I think, that next great Merrimack guard that we've had for a lot of years.